Good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's toy review. And it looks like I've actually got about under 10 minutes of video making left. So in that case, hey, I'm just going to call it a very short and sharp toy review. And it looks like a giant bullet train has straightforward been derailed. And speaking of giant, guess what even more is so much more giant than what we're seeing here is a giant stack of mess. And I tell you what, I have been rummaging around across my bedroom and the other parts around my upstairs deck in my house to look for other stuff. And I tell you what, it has been absolutely overwhelming. But anyways, we're going to be taking a look at a Flip Origami Penguin Club World Dinosaurs toy. It is called the Very Delicious Bay 12 Pack, which costs about £21 or £20.99. Now, I wonder why would I always stick to some really expensive prices, which is just chronically ludicrous and crazy at the same time. The back of the packaging looks like that. Okay, it looks like I've got 3 penguins, 3 dinosaurs, 3 fish, and 3 fruit berries. Now, I wonder what's it going to be like, of course, it's quite a very basic set. The fish, I'm pretty sure it's going to be all A4, and very much so, because I've got a funny feeling they're all going to be very large sized. And in that case, hey, it's going to be very brief, just to let you know. But what I'm also going to notice is that we've also got some detailings which have been lost on the Triceratops. There's no spots on the Triceratopsians. It's a fairly different sort of one. I don't know why they don't actually put any spots on the Triceratops, which is a bit strange. I'll move all the other critters aside because we've got a bullet train. I might talk about that one later on. I think it's one of the green bullet trains that actually had a bit of a colour defect going on in the middle carriage, which I might talk about later on, because there was a bit of black paint that was too stubborn to get rid of, and it had a lot of it almost looked like as if the train was scratched. Anyways, I'm just taking a lot of all the other components out, trying to be very careful with that other bullet train, which is that one there. It had persistence, so I've actually added some white paint. I might as well stop the train later on as I'm making the video here. So anyways, we've got some very large size looking fish, A4 size, very much no surprise. And then there's the other one here too. But what's even more strange is that look what's happened to that Triceratops. He's been seeing far much better days. I think the one disappointing factor about those Triceratops models is that they could have at least put a bit of mouth detailing on those models here, even though this one looks like it's been squashed and crushed. Hopefully it's not displaying any signs of holes somehow, because I don't want to see toys which are broken, because it's not about making children sad. It's about, the way toys have been created. Okay, so at least everything's all good on the hood, as much as I can really say. We've got a flattened that piece of grapes, which looks very, very strange, considering I don't know how. Yeah, it does look like a little bit more in the way of grapes. It could be a pear of some sort. And then we've also got a couple of raspberries, which to me don't look very much like raspberries, to be honest. Now, before I shall continue with the penguins and stuff, let me just straightforward stop the bullet train for a while here. Okay, I've just added some white paint onto this bullet train here because there was a lot of black paint and it almost looked like as if the train was scratched. So I actually did come along and straightforward. I'm going to have to add a bit more white paint here because I don't like, there's a bit of paint schemes that are just straightforward coming out. It's not scratch paint, but it's just that, because I've got a huge, smorgasbord of arts and crafts related stuff, that tends to cause a lot of, problems with the paint actually bonding with the original body paint colour on the train. So I have to come along and actually add a bit more white paint later on to get rid of the scratch, so that it looks more fresher and a bit more nicer, even though it does seem to cover the original bit of detailing on it. I might as well give this train a bit of a run here. It is nice and hot and humid inside because we're in summertime. Okay, let me just continue. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's take a look at the penguins. Oh yes, the penguins look fairly nice. Yes, we've got a very nice teal, aqua green coloured penguin, like so. And then we've also got another, actually it's a purple penguin. Strangely enough, the colours of the penguins do sort of really reflect on the dinosaurs, and the bullet train's derailed. I don't know why. Maybe I can leave it up towards, maybe until the morning. I'm quite pretty sure about that train. And then we've also got this reddish pinkish looking penguin. Quite curious somehow, who knows? Maybe the hot sun could potentially... Oh no! Look what's missing in action. Not much detailing has been implemented. I'll be right back. Okay, I've just got the other flip-flat Origami Penguin Club World dinosaur toy with me now. And I'm basically just going to repaint this model right here. Just sort of shows you that when it comes into painting... Oh man, I should have actually came along and painted this side a bit more earlier. Then, oh my goodness me, why did I just leave it in the first place? That was just very stupid of me. Just totally ignoring it. I mean, that was just very stupid of me, just because I had to rush this ahead, and I have to say that was just really dumb of me, because, you know, to really rush ahead, that was just crazy as hell. It was like a rush build. That's what I thought it was completed. So I didn't see what was coming through on that arm section there. I might have to probably leave it to dry. But it's actually looking good now. Anyways, it seems like I've been mastering the art of painting. Or maybe I haven't, and it seems like that bullet train looks like it's got caught up on the Tommy track joiners. Maybe I haven't forced them a bit well enough, I guess. But they are quite reliable somehow. You have to give them a bit of force to actually make them run properly, of course. But anyways, I think this red penguin is now nicely repainted, like so. Hopefully it should dry within a very short time. And of course, I'm a bit lazy to add the detailings on the Triceratops critters. Of course, you can see their eyes just a bit, of course. Okay, let me just go through camera, and I hope the train doesn't ram over through the penguins and stuff. Okay, looking good so far. You can see a bit of eye detailing and stuff here on the Triceratops models, but then, hey, you know, it's a little bit not that close. I'll get the other Triceratops. This one is much more nicer, of course. Yeah, and then we've also got this other Triceratops. I like this one here because it's got, like, golden horns. Fairly rare colour, if you ask me. And also the underside of it, it's a bit different to the other Triceratops because it's not white. The underside is pink. How funny is that? So, that is straightforward, a very basic toy. For those who really want to see in the way of penguins and dinosaurs being mashed up together. I feel like, you know, one model of dinosaur I feel like I want to make, it's Stegosaurus. I'd like to try and make a Stegosaurus maybe one day, hey? Because, hey, clearly I just feel like, hey, maybe if I don't review any more dinosaur toys, well then, hey, I'll be a living fossil. Sorry for the pun, but I'm going to straightforward end the video here right now, because I'm pretty sure that is about it for today's strange little toy review. So anyways, if you really enjoyed this very chronically strange dinosaur toy review, please give this video a very good like, subscribe more for that toy reviews in the future, and I have to clear so much my memory because, hey, I feel like I'm running out of space. As always, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye for now.